and go live. And here we go, everyone, because we're like a minute behind. I gotta
That's
mute
all right.
myself. And welcome to another day in the Milky Way.
Hi.
And hello. And as we get going, I didn't know who was showing up, but except for Trina, and here's Steve. And if we get anybody else, I sent a bunch of notifications out, so maybe somebody else will show up. So we'll just have to wait and see. But tonight we're going to talk about all kinds of things, and I'm going to watch the chat. And if you're in there and you know something about all this as much as we do, if not more, let me know, and I will drive the bus and I'll send you a link and you can come and chime in. How's that? Because we're all full of knowledge, not just us three, but everybody has a little bit of knowledge, and we're here to share. And if you have some of that knowledge, you jump right in and share all you want. How's that? Okay.
Done.
Well, Trina, how you been this week? All good?
I'm good. My back feels better. Life is good. Busy, back to work. So yeah, life is good.
Good. And Steve, look at you've been out on the boat this week.
Yeah, what better thing to do than fish?
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
right. I seen you had a couple videos out this week. There were some good ones in there.
Right on.
Me beating on the drums in the dark, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Got to make it interesting, you know.
Mhm.
And here's for all the flat earthers.
You know, I mean, I don't want to argue with the flat earthers.
No, I'm just joking around because, you know.
No. But, you know, they got some really good points there I mean, there's a lot of debunking that could go on there. That could be, you know, I mean, where they put the thing out where the planes, they fly and you make the flat map and that's exactly the way they go. You know, why don't the planes go across the Pacific Ocean and they take this weird trip up and down? And I mean, there's a lot to be answered for. I'll put it that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't mean anything by it. I wasn't.
Oh, no. I mean, I get what you're saying.
Because I think it doesn't matter if we're in a pickle jar, if we're on a globe, or if we're in a hazmat suit underneath some guy's armpit. We're all here together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, the crazy thing is that everybody's starting to look at the same position of, we don't think that we really know what's really going on. So, you know, with that, it's causing a lot of people to really start to look at things. And that's why I think
that's the point of all of this stuff, right?
Huh?
I think that's the point of all of the stuff, all of the Mandela effect, the flat earth, all of it.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
To make us
absolutely.
take a second look at our reality, maybe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To get ready for the great revealing, the apocalypse.
Yeah.
That means great revealing. This means we're going to start to see things maybe that we don't like or want to look at. A lot of people might be looking at things that they don't like to look at, like with the children and different stuff like that. And other people are starting to see our reality in a very different way. And it's because of all this stuff that's going on. This is why people are looking.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it funny how the chaos is just taking over everybody's thought process and everything, and the political thing, and then if it's not that, it's something else that comes down the road. But I think you're exactly right. We just need to start, just blocking out the outside world, I think.
Well, Steve, you're absolutely right. It's about getting back in tune with the power that's within us, because everything has been telling us to go outside. Something's wrong with your body, you rush straight to the doctor. You don't ever try to do anything about your own health. You know, it's like, you know, something is wrong, you know, blame it on the government. It's all about giving our power away. You know, we go to church, you know, everything's telling us that we need a savior. All of the programs that we are in are doing the opposite of empowering us. It's literally doing the absolute opposite. So it's like everything right now is falling apart, and it would have to if you were going to start completely new stuff. So I think it's absolutely beautiful. You got to break things down before things go back up, because humans just want to be comfortable and they want things to stay the same typically, even if it's not a comfortable thing. They'd rather stay in what they know than go into something that potentially they don't know what's going to happen. So that's a big part of our fear is going into change. And we
Yeah.
need to look at change as an opportunity instead of a fear.
Well, I see where you're going with that, but I got a question on all that. So
Yeah.
now we're changing in from one, we're changing from Pisces to Aquarius. We know this is a big changer. Everybody's talking about it everywhere. I mean, not just on our channels, but on lots of channels,
Yeah.
science channels, everything.
Yes.
Everybody, they're talking about the Star of Bethlehem being recreated. And Steve, I know you got something on that, but and even on the Andromeda 7, and you guys were talking about seeing past lives. It's like lately the veil that kept us between the two is getting thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. And
Yeah.
as it gets thinner, we make that transition from one to the other. Now, I've heard a lot of people, now you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. A lot of people have been saying, if you don't switch over, you're going to get left behind. Now, what you said is about, I like the way things are. I like the way I do things, blah, blah, blah. I want this, my normal. And that's the saying nowadays, the new normal. Okay.
Yeah.
But the old normal is what everybody likes. And we're going into this change, and you have to make the jump.
Yeah.
Not the normal that they want, but your
Right.
own normal.
Yeah.
And you have to make this jump, or otherwise you're going to be left behind.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen? Am I right with all of that? I mean, it's going to be a turmoil like we're going through now in the world around us even. But what happens when we get to the other side there?
It's such a crazy thing because I literally see there's two potentials at least. People talk about timelines, parallel realities, parallel existences, this type of thing. Right now, I think we're getting ready to go into what would be considered a 0 point aspect of the wheel of the zodiac, which starts new timelines, new cycles, new energies, new light. These new aspects of Aquarius are going to be fully locking in at this time. So with that, it's going to affect everything. It's going to affect everything. And going from earth into air, when you're talking about air is spiritual, it's the higher chakras. They're saying Aquarian is associated with the seventh ray. This is the violet color. This is violet light, ultraviolet light. The child prophet told me that we would be entering into the new age of the new purple light. So that's
Funny you
ultraviolet
said that.
light, purple light. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the
And
skies have been purple all the time, right?
yeah, and it's transformation. I mean, there's so much to the seventh ray. It's a beautiful part of our light construct.
It's the highest color, right? It's
Yes,
red and blue
absolutely.
mixed together.
It's the
So the red and
crown
blue belt.
representation. Yeah. And that's why we have all this crown stuff happening. Like I said, they're trying to stop what's happening to our crowns when we enter Aquarius. This is going to give you access to the higher chakras. This is why the reality has to collapse in essence, because it won't work with the new mind that will be coming in through the ideas, the inspiration. And through that is going to be, like I said, the veil is going to rip. And this is, they say, before the golden age and before it's heaven on earth, you go through the great tribulation and the apocalypse. Guys, we're more than halfway through this. So, this is, it's over a span of years, but we're moving through it really fast. So right now it's about the leap of faith, because like you said, if you aren't willing to go through some pretty extreme changes and looking at some new potentials, you're going to be stuck in the old vibrations and the old ways and the old thought patterns and the old I need somebody to save me, I don't take self responsibility, I trust in other people than myself. It's service to self, it's competition, it's ego based. That's third dimensional. That will be what they call a lot of the left behind. And then I see another timeline that goes into the fifth dimensional expression in a positive timeline, which experiences the golden age. These are the people that are the star seeds, the light workers, the people that believe in miracles, the people that believe in free energy, the people that believe in natural healing, the people that believe in supporting the entire world, not just one group or one country or one race or one anything. It's about unity. It's about higher mind. And when you are operating in the higher chakras, you're no longer working in the survival parts of you, which is the lower chakra bases. So this means letting go a lot of what you are and awakening into your higher expression, the Christ part of you, the oversoul, higher self part of you. So this is going to be a huge shift. And this is why a lot of people are waking up, and a lot of people, everything is crashing around them to such an extreme. It's because they need it to make the transition. And I know it looks horrible, but it'll be one of the greatest gifts for their learning of their soul when it's all said and done.
Well, hello. Omi decided to join us.
Hi, Omi.
Hi, how are you all? I'm just stopping in for a couple minutes.
Well,
I have a
wonderful.
couple minutes, so I wanted to stop by and say hello. Hello!
Hello.
Well, hello.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, I don't think you've met Steve before.
Hi,
Hi, Steve.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. It's been a while, Trina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. This transition and this everything that's going on.
There's so much
My
going
energy's
on.
like
So what's
high.
your general feeling about what's happening right now with this conjunction?
Well, the conjunction, I study sidereal astrology.
Right.
Okay, so when I look at the transits and things like that, I see that this conjunction has actually been happening for some time now.
Yes.
For about a little over a year, when I really look into it. And so I've literally all year, this year especially, I've been feeling this expansion happening within myself. So, and I see it in the people around me and with those that I work with. So I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling liberated. I'm feeling, to be honest with y'all, I feel like I'm on a natural high right now.
Right.
Is that a baby I hear in the background?
A baby?
Yeah, you got
Yes.
a little kid?
Yes.
Lucky you.
Yes, I have two.
Nice. How old are they?
I have two, yeah. So it's just, I feel great, honestly. I was just talking to some friends of mine. We had a solstice ritual that we just finished doing online, and yeah, the beautiful thing about it is that number 4 this year really was about limitations, restrictions, and all that stuff, which is, represented by the number 4. Number 5 is about liberation, freedom.
Yeah.
So that's what we're really going into. So it's very exciting. And I feel so, like happy. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I was up late.
You're riding on the good timeline, positive timeline, because it's going to be about what you think and what you feel. So that's beautiful. That's how you get there.
Yeah. That's the power of that, and the intention and magnetism. You want to bring that good stuff to you all, So I've just been really focused on my work and doing what I need to do and grounding myself and getting myself more prepared than what I already am. And just really keeping my vibes high. So I definitely suggest that to everybody who's watching. Keep your vibes high. That's how I feel about it. How are you feeling about it? How's everybody feeling about it?
I'm feeling pretty much what you're feeling, but even more so because, you know, all of my research and all of the stuff that ties it all together is just even more profound because it proves it or reaffirms it to me. You know, obviously I can't make anybody drink my Kool-Aid or nothing because you're not going to see things like I see things. That's what makes the gate narrow and everybody's path personal, right? But
Yeah, that's perfection. All of our different ways. Best part.
That's
Oh yeah.
what makes us divide you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yet we're all we may be individuals, but we're thinking the same. It's just like just before the show, I said, yeah, I had this notion weeks ago that I need to do a 3-day fast just before the solstice, and I wrote it on my little whiteboard. And I looked at it the other day. I'm like, holy cow, I got to do a fast. And then I get on here, and then Steve, you're saying, well, I'm doing one too. So what's up with that?
I'm doing one too.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. It's the whole world is like there's so many people coming together.
I gotta lose some of this. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. I mean, but the energy of the solstice, not just this year, but just every year in general, is really all about resurrection and rebirth.
Yes.
So usually, you know, especially during this time or during any solstice, summer solstice or an equinox, we naturally like to cleanse our bodies during those times because the energy is just like, whew.
That is so funny.
It's like you're full off of joy.
Steve and Robert right now are both fasting as you say that. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't that crazy? I mean, see, and that,
yeah,
you know, I know that.
Hang on. Sorry, Robert. You got to say hi to everybody in chat, brother.
Yeah, I know. You guys, everybody was talking so much. There's so much information. Yeah, there's been so many people. People are Lucky Stone just got here. He's like, sorry, I'm late. You're not late. We're late. We're okay. We got Skyheart, Pa Joe, Mary Wins. Hello, Mary. We got Crystal MacArthur joined us. Crystal, hello. I got a hat here. I'm wearing this hat tonight. But oh well, I got winter hats. It's warm today. It was like 47 out, so not freezing in the house.
Right on.
Michelle Can-Am Free, and of course David Castle, Jules, and Tanya Rose, and Scotty Boy.
Hi everyone.
Gaza Cav, he's gonna be on next week or so, and we're going to talk about vegetables and plants and all kinds of stuff and eating food. He's like a kind of a gourmet
darling.
And yes, Elsie Darling. Yes, she's hello. I see she just put out a new video. Everybody go over there and watch it.
Right.
Let's see, Peter Meteor and Al was in the house here a little bit ago. I'm sorry, and Renee Hutchinson, Jill Jarrett. I'm skimming these through. I don't want to miss anybody, but Al's on the road.
Peter Meteor's in here. Hi, Peter.
Mary Wins, Pa Joe.
Yeah.
And I think I got Alex Fox.
Lost in Space.
Barry Chad. Alex Fox.
Yeah, Alex Fox. Hi, Cass.
Oh, Bridget Williams. I haven't seen Bridget Williams in a long time, too. Yeah, I think I got it. Oh, and Julianne Payne, our spelling alchemist.
We got Gaza, Cav.
Yes.
We got Jill Jarrett, Peter Meteor.
And Sarah Horton, who was here. She's
Hi,
the
Sarah.
first one in the chat.
Right on.
Now there's
Hi, Cass.
Yes. Anyway. All right. Anyway, I think we're caught up. With everybody.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off if you were talking. I apologize.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I was going to do that as soon as everything we get in these discussions and it starts going, and Omi comes in and she's like, oh, and Kaz Hawk stopped in. Hello, Kaz.
Yeah.
And but anyway, so when this, and Joyce, are you serious? And Deep Thoughts, man. We had Amber. Amber was in. Amber Dawn. Yes. Anyway, and the kid, you can say, pick him up, homie, and make him way high. I'm sure everybody wants to say hi.
Oh no, we don't
He
do
wants to be-
babies on the camera.
Oh, we don't. Everybody doesn't say hi. But anyway, okay, well, that's all right. Anyway, so when this thing is like a veil, when it starts on the 21st or whatever, is that, like you said, it was starting about a year ago? Is this like the end of the beginning and the full start of the new, or what?
I think we're moving more towards maybe the tail end of it, because we're shifting into a new energy.
Yep.
So we're kind of at the last stretch of the race, going into this next phase.
So we're kind of through the worst part of the storm, and it's going to calm down now.
Yeah. Well, I won't say it'll calm down. I feel like things are going to be going at a very accelerated rate for a lot of people. And the reason I say that is because a lot of us jump started ourselves this year during the time when we kind of were in hermit mode. We were kind of we were studying more, we were reading more, we were going within ourselves, and we were figuring out our stuff. This next year is going to be like pew at the speed of light. I really do feel that way. I feel like a lot of people are going to be quitting their jobs, and they're going to be leaving those 9 to 5s. I actually had a vision. When was it? Last full moon. And what I saw was, I was at this parade, and it was just a bunch of people, and we were all having fun, joking, laughing, but nobody was stressed out. And it was an all-day thing, and people were like, you know, we could do this all night, all day. You know, they didn't go to work. They didn't have to go to work. A lot of people are going to be quitting their jobs and doing what they spiritually love to do. So I'm looking forward to that, because I feel like, hey, okay, what's wrong? Oh,
Baby.
Okay. I'm gonna be getting off soon. Okay. She's like, Mom, you've been in too many meetings. But yeah, this energy is beautiful, and it's going to be shifting a lot of people's lives for the good. And for some people, it will be difficult because it's going to come as a shock, and it's going to be really, really fast. And it's almost like, you know, when somebody's on the table in the ER and they got to put the things on them to bring them back. What is that called? It's slipping my mind right now.
The paddle.
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator, yeah.
Yes. And so it'll be like that for some of these people, because it's going to be a jolt. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. And they'll feel like they have to hurry up and do it. It'll all be okay, guys. You know, it's a part of the process. All of us have to go through it. And so, you know, yeah, it'll be great. I'm feeling really optimistic about this shift. Really optimistic.
So what do you think, Steve?
Oh, I got a lot to say about what I think, but I run my mouth too much, so I'm just sitting and taking it all in now.
Wow, that's all right.
I'm gonna have to watch the playback.
Wow.
Better you guys are all saying take a picture, because it ain't gonna last long, right?
Well, this is one good thing. I got a question now, and I wrote this down. So you said we're gonna go and do all this stuff, and all it is all the information, the old information we have, going to be thrown out, and we're going to have to start over with new information, like a clean slate.
You know, that there's a possibility for that, because the magnetics are changing on the planet. Everything's changing. So Our brains are very much affected by magnetics. And if
Mhm.
this is a crown activation, that could be a potential, but it also could be a potential to where we remember things
Yeah.
that we forgot. So
Mhm.
I could see
Yeah.
it going the opposite way, because this is crown chakra. That's where all the records are not ever destroyed. So this would be the opposite to me. It would be a remembering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Trina, because I've been getting a lot of ancestral activity
Yeah.
around me in my dreams and communicating with me. So I feel as though we're all going to be getting a lot of downloads from our ancient ancestors for divine guidance
Yeah.
during this time.
I think
So
that
pay attention to your dreams, y'all.
yeah, I think we're supposed to be doing that right now. I think that that's really a part of this process.
Can you see my screen? Can you see this?
Yes. Oh yeah, we can see it.
All right,
Don't
the
worry.
definition of bet is right here. Most general word for the house of or habitation. It has a special meaning of a temple or house or worship. Beth is more frequently employed in compound names and places, like in Bethany or
Yeah.
whatnot. But in the house of bread, is us. That's what Bethlehem means. Bethlehem, the word Beth is in Hebrew means house. Bethlehem means house of bread. How appropriate for birthplace of Jesus Christ, the bread of life. Because that's in the Bible where it says, Jesus Christ is born in the house of bread, the bread of life. Well, the house of bread is us. All of this stuff that we're talking about here is pointing to us to the inside to fix the outside, in my opinion. That's what oddly enough, back in, what was it, December of 2018, I started seeing this cross conjunction of January 13 coming up, in 2020 that has already passed. And everybody knows what 2020, January 13th, right around there, brought us our crown virus, right?
Yep.
Well, oddly enough, if you look my name up on etymology, it means crown as well, but that's besides the point.
Wow.
It's like everything is telling me, from my personal perspective, to go within. And then that's why I've been telling everybody that we need to fix ourselves before we try to fix the outside world, because the outside world isn't going to be fixed. We can't fix anybody else but ourselves. So if we
Absolutely.
go within and fix our own house, maybe the big house will follow suit.
It will. It has to. We're creators.
Right.
Yes.
Has to.
Yes. Absolutely.
And in the Kabbalah states in the beginning of the Bible, Kabbalah has a tradition where it says in the first verse of the Bible is the secret to creation. And the first letter of the Bible is Bet, the B
Yeah.
of the Hebrew Bet, and that means house. And what is a house? It's an interface of the outside and the inside. Because we can't
Yes.
prove that God exists, but we know something like that exists, and it's our higher self, and it's like the in and the out is where it interfaces, and oddly enough, what's that movie where the alien says he's in the cooler and the little girl walks up and he says, "Can I come in from the out now?"
Yep.
That was one of my waking moments too, it's just like in that Star is Born movie. All of that stuff just led me to the how I see this whole Bethlehem thing. It's just like, and that cross conjunct that I was talking about. Sorry, I didn't finish my thought there. I tied it to Aeon, and Aeon is a Mithric time god, from the Mithric cult or religion, and it's the cosmic time god. And I don't know how I tied those two together, but it's just weird how all this information can flood to you if you just think about it. And it's just more proof to me that everything is in rather than out,
Absolutely. And it's so funny that you mentioned about the Aeon. I was just reading some information about an ion, which is AION.
AION, yeah, the Mithric deity.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're even like reading and finding
You and I do that a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. It's completely amazing.
And we don't
Can I
talk
read
about it on the
something-
show.
Can I read something really cool to you guys? I
Read
think
it
that
up.
this is beautiful. And this is, I think, like some of the stuff we should kind of focus on through this time that we're getting ready to go into. Because it feels to me like this is also a gate. This is a stargate of some type or some fashion. It's aligning with the galactic center. It's on the solstice. This is a powerful alignment. And we've got a lot going on astrologically with this, with the Christmas star, the Star of Bethlehem. I mean, these are rare things. We just had a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. This is kind of an off the hook energy. So I know that this is a time to, like, everything that we know, kind of put it aside and think about the things that you want to see. Start to look at the things in our reality that you could see bringing great joy to us and to the planet and to humanity. Literally start to see and feel the victory. So, blessed warriors of light, let us set the stage for your coming out party. For you truly are at the state of your evolutionary process where you are ready to don your cloaks of light and claim your cosmic identity. If you are bold enough to take the next step, we might compare you to that of a butterfly wrapped in a cocoon at a fragile stage in development and in a semi-dream state, which you have to be protected. But now you are ready to emerge. You are shedding off the old and shifting, starting to dissolve distortions of energy that once bound you. It is time now to fully integrate the attributes and the virtues of your God consciousness that are being offered and filtered down by the new rays of light via your higher self and the mighty I Am presence. Precious friends, once more, you are ready to unfold and reunite with the radiant wings of light and reuniting as well with your spiritual family, just like Oni was talking about the ancestors. As you step into the next ring of the ladder of ascension on your way back into the higher realms of yourself, this is how we do it. We're integrating this wisdom and this energy into the higher chakras and letting those be the dominant factors rather than the lower aspects of ourself. And this is moving from earth to air. So do you find that you are more synchronous, that you are more in synchronicity with your spirit, living in joy and in expectation, even amidst all the chaos around us and in our world? There is an excitement that is building and it's expanding. It's expanding around the earth and all the way out through the galaxy, even in places where oppression and deprivation rule. As the more of you awaken to the nudges of your spirit and address the inner discontentment that is now growing stronger and stronger, fear gives way to love and to hope, and anger gives way to serenity and compassion. The floodgates of cosmic truth are now open, and they will begin to flood the planet and everything in it and on it with seeds of awareness and remembrance. The intellect of your physical mind is merging with the virtuous, pure love that comes in via your spiritual higher self, thereby making a way for new teachings and higher vibrations and transitional patterns to infiltrate into the consciousness of the masses. And I think this is what's happening right now.
Yes, ma'am. And
Absolutely.
Elsie says something kind of witty. What did she say? Look at the words in ion or aeon. You know, the last three letters, ION.
Yeah, Ion,
Ion.
Zion, Mountain of God. We are Ion.
Mhm.
Positive, negative, protons and neutrons.
And oddly enough, the Roger Penrose model for the universe is founded on an aeon is born from the previous aeon, you know, and
That would make sense to me because it needs templates. It would need a template to have any kind of consciousness.
this is going to sound way out of left field to a lot of people, and it's going to sound kind of crazy, lunatic-ish even. Yet this is how I think we are the singularity in the black hole of tomorrow or today or yesterday, or I think we are the thing that brings it back from the expansion. We bring it back in, and it's birthed through us. That's what I think is really going on, and that's how man is the measure of all thing. And when I say man, I mean man as in the perfected woman, man. You know, because in the Bible,
Body of creation. Yeah.
yeah, in
Man,
the
woman,
spiritual sense,
androgynous. Yeah.
man is the perfect both. Yeah,
Yeah.
unified. The two are made one. But you know, the whole singularity, the incommensurable. You know, that means not being able to place in a specific time. Timelessness is true. Yet we know time exists because we, by event from event to event, we know time is ever present in our life. Well, that's what we are, is the means to define that time. So therefore, we are the anomaly. You know, the which came first, the chicken or the egg? The new answer for me is man, because the universe is rebirth through us.
Yep.
Remember when Brian used to say that we're all got our own little universe?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's the multiverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's in divides you all. And oddly enough, the Hebrew alphabet, the Hebrew alphabet is based on a toroidal form gesture of your hand. And it's the shadow of the light in the tabernacle that shined on, you know, that shape. And every Hebrew alphabetic, the letter is a derivative of that shape from a different perspective. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called the flame in the meeting tent. That's the eye in the triangle. That's the word made flesh. That's the moment when the lights turn on. The timelessness of that expansion moment that we recreate with our true higher one self. You know?
Yep.
So Elsie says, yes, Steve, but we need to consider that we are not special. So
No,
are
I'm
we
not saying
special
we're
or
not
are? Well, I'm just saying, are we or aren't we? I thought we were kind of special.
Well, yeah, we all are to our own.
Blew my bubble up. I thought I was special.
Right, that's the ego.
Well, we are special.
That is,
Because we have the spark of God within us, so that makes us very special. But we're
yes.
all from the same thing. So in
What is
essence,
that maxim?
kind of all the
God is
same.
in all, but all are not God. Or
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree, Trina. That's perfect. And yeah, I understand that we can't go run around saying we're God, because and by no means, and don't get me wrong, by no means am I saying this is fact proof, but for me, this is my perspective. And that's what the singularity part of it all is that in the divide is divine. And without the division, we wouldn't find our true self, you know, because we've fallen from the state of our truest condition. And that is in resonant field with the whole field, which is, you know, what I call God. Some people call
it's so funny. When I was a little girl, I used to ask the Lord all the time, what is this God thing? And I was like, and what does it mean? Because he'd always tell me, you have God within you. And I was like, well, what is this God thing? And then he would try to show me creation. And I'm like a little kid. I couldn't even get it. I was like, that don't even make sense. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. But then he showed me, I said, what is God? And then he showed me his hand. And I was like, why is it your hand? He said, because God understands creation through you, through your hands, as well as all the hands of all the other people on the planet. They're experiencing God through God. You're the hands of God, so he can touch the formed world. Without your hands, he couldn't experience this part of creation if it wasn't without you. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm a part of God experiencing creation for God. And he was like, precisely. And I was like, everybody has the same little piece of God inside of them. and they can do whatever they want with that piece of God because God expresses everything. And he was like, exactly. And I was like, so that's why there's bad things too. And he was like, exactly, because all things are permitted here. And I was like, okay, because that makes sense. Because I used to have a hard time with why are there starving babies? Why do people run over animals on the freeway and kill dogs? And, I had these questions and I would ask these things a lot, So that was a very thing that he started to show me that I'm a part of the body of creation. And as a part of that body, I'm an individual part, just like a liver cell is different from a brain cell. But nonetheless, they're all within the one body.
Mm-hmm. Deborah Truex says, God does not exist without us. We do not exist without God. I think that there had to be one thing in the original state. And in essence, that's saying that we're all just what Trina said. So I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And we are all and nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Elsie wanted you to say that. I seen that.
Yeah.
We're all and nothing. Yes, Elsie says that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And
Just
whatever
so-
this thing is, it's doing something to creation. We're going into a new part of creation. It's literally new light, Aquarian age, a new age. It's going to be a new powerful point of creation.
We have to get one thing clear, and that's deep thoughts here and now. She says, after the show, I'm going to the corner store just in case it's all over on the 21st. I'm going out with a blast and a box of cookies.
Right on.
It's not going to end. The world is not ending.
No.
Well, who wants to go back to the way the world was anyway?
Not me. It needs to change.
Yeah, everybody's
It's a mess. It's an absolute mess.
I want a better
So
world.
what do we do? Blame somebody else, or do we fix what we think of the world?
You know what's so funny? When I look at everything, I've been looking that everything blames us for everything when we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the same thing I just said right there.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. They're blaming us for a virus that they created and accidentally, oops, it got out. But, now it's our fault. Oh, my God, everything's our fault. And we didn't do any of it. It's kind of mind blowing.
Well, yeah, in a way, I think we did. I think, I'll take responsibility for my part in the mess because I've totally contributed to the nonsense of the cars, stars, and bars, consumeristic world we live in because I've participated.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's the perspective I'm talking about is that we just need to own up to our part of it. And I think what it is the feeling of hate or projected hate towards people that don't think like you or, the whole right left narrative and all that stuff. I think that is causing the friction. And, if we all agree that stadium, when everybody's cheering for that one team and everybody's on the same page and you feel that energy, you feel it surge, because it's all focused. Yes. Now that focused energy can come from anywhere at any one point in time because we each have an aura. We are all 1/1000th of a heart, 1/100000th of a heart.
Yeah. Yes. I got something important to read from Gaza Cav. He sent me an email, and if I may read this, I'm sure he won't be mad because he says, it may be probably important to tell, and this kind of goes with what you're saying, important to tell everyone that on the 21st, to focus on their dreams of the future. For the path for us to go down. He says, I cannot emphasize enough how important this is if we do not want to go backwards. So it's up to us to focus on our future, to move forward. And then he says, so there you go. So, and that was kind of important because if we don't focus for the future, we're only going to go back or stay in the present. And we're going to get left behind on the opposite side. Right. So.
Right.
Oh, Elsie, that's so funny. I just saw in chat. Elsie said she just realized that Metro Center is dead. Her childhood is dead. Totally feel you. Totally feel you. I cruised Metro. Yeah, for a long time. I loved it. I actually got ran over by a car while they were cruising and I was walking. So yeah, lots of memories there too, Elsie.
Where's Metro Center?
It's with the local mall here in Phoenix. The local mall, and they shut it down. Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Like
days
I
are
said,
over.
things are changing, but think about it. That was such a wonderful thing. The shopping malls and cruising old cars and doing those things. I mean, start dreaming, dream the dream. That's all of the best things that you've ever saw in this life. Plus, what are the things that you would like to see in this life? And literally, everybody do your own way because that's how it's the most powerful. And if we can just focus on that, we win, like victory. That's
Mhm.
they keep telling me, if you all just focus on how it would feel to literally feel like the world changed and we helped, and it's in a good place, and everything is looking in a good direction. And boy, this is like, it's a miracle. Feel that feeling, feel the victory, and see it the way you see it, because all of us contributing our different visions in positive forward movement for this planet in all of our different ways, the ones that heal the animals and heal the elementals and work with the fairies and work with the oceans and the water and the energy and the electricity and the electromagnetic energies and the stars and the solar system and the ascended masters and the angels and the ancestors, all of us doing it these different ways is how it will get done. So you guys are awesome. And I love all the differences between us because it's the best magic
I think
available.
that's going to be our way out, Trina. What you just said right there is acceptance of everybody and loving it
It
forward
is.
and
It is
accepting
the
everybody.
way.
So,
Yeah.
so
No matter
speaking,
how crazy or lunatic
Yeah, you'll be like, wow, I'm glad you're doing that part of creation because I just
yeah.
don't get it. It's
That's
okay though.
for me. I'll
Have
step in
fun.
line.
Ride
Yeah.
that pony backwards. Yeehaw. Right
Yeah.
on. As
uh,
long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. And that's what it's going to come. We need to learn to love each other like we are each other. Protect each other with your own life. Really try to stand up for people and stand up for everything, because that's our job as guardians of this new planet and this new energy. You're here to be a protector, and that means a protector of life, and that means in all shapes and sizes, forms, colors, variations, and expressions, all of it.
mhm.
Amen.
Absolutely. So I get okay. So speaking of magic and things happening and once in a blue moon kind of deal. Now the conjunction of the stars, or well, of the planets actually, and then they're talking about it's going to be the Bethlehem star recreated all over again. Steve, do you
Yeah.
have any information on that?
Yeah, I was just showing you guys that Bethlehem, the house of bread, and
Yeah, but I mean, you got anything? I mean, I know you know about the moon, the stars more than probably me. But I mean, when that happens, is there any uh, uh science stuff that goes with that, or
the only perspective I really know, I'm not really an astronomer or an astrologer, but
okay?
the only perspective or exposure I've had to that sort of thing is as of recently, the last couple of years. But
Mhm.
like I said, I started paying attention to what was outside of me, and oddly enough, what was outside of me has brought me within me.
Mhm.
So I don't know how else I could elaborate on it other than that. Trina had said something that Saturn or Jupiter was the father, or what were you saying, Trina, about that? The relationship between the planets.
It's interesting because when you look at what these planets represent in our body, Saturn is the crown, and Bethlehem is the house of the Virgin, Virgo, house of bread. Basically, you're looking at a womb, and the Bethlehem star was representing the birth of Christ. So
Yep.
this is a new consciousness, a birthing of a new consciousness. So when you can think about it allegorically, this could be a potential for a mass new consciousness, which could be some type of effect from an opening of a stargate or a portal, or maybe, just fully connecting with the higher parts of our galactic system, because we're moving into a new age of Aquarius, which is the higher mind. And all these things are in our body.
Mhm.
So we're moving into Aquarius, and we used to be in Pisces, and Pisces is in the feet. Aquarius is in the shin. And think about it. What's the magic letter in the Hebrew alphabet? Shin.
Shen.
Yeah.
That's the Shen ring. That's what the eclipse, solar eclipse represents. The wedding ring, the Shen ring, the ring of creation, the Ankh. Yes. The
Yes.
circle and the circle and the dot within in the dot in the circle. Yeah, that's the infinite within the finite, and that's it all just ties together in my mind.
It is, and right now with Saturn and Jupiter, you know, going conjunct, this is, like I said, this is, and then you've got Cryon and Mars going, and Mars is getting ready to retrograde again for the 3rd time, and it's the last time before we're into Aquarius. But yeah, this is about, it's a new mindset, which requires a letting go of the old belief systems. And that's why a lot of these things have to crumble down. So this is about a time of being willing to, you better be willing to be in the air. You got to be able to go with the flow, because if you're stuck in your old mindsets and these old programs, these changes are really going to really be tough on you. So like I said, this is about a time to be willing to take a leap of faith if necessary. A lot of things that do not serve you in your new timeline will start to go away out of your life. This could mean jobs, this could mean relationships, this could mean houses, this could mean a lot of things. So if things start to go out of your life, don't fight it, because it's just going to make it harder on you. Just go with the flow and trust your intuition. You're going to need to trust your inner guidance to know what the right moves are to make, and nobody knows you better than you. So this is about really, really starting to connect to your internal guidance system, because you're going to need it, because we're in for some times of change, and these changes are ultimately going to benefit us, but we have to go through them first. So
when
right here, I got something that
would
alludes to your Aquarian thing. If what were you going to say, Robert?
Oh, I was going to say, when I had Diane on the other night, if you guys didn't see that, that was a really interesting show.
It was great.
And he said something about when Jupiter and Saturn get together, their conjunction is a meeting and of the changeover. And you know, I guess in a fictional sense, they get together and they judge us to say, are we ready to go forward or not at that point? And if, you know, and then that's what I'm saying. And I think everybody's saying that you have to be ready for the future. You have to want to go to the future. You have to look forward to the future, regardless of what it is. Otherwise, they're going to look at it. And if they're going to just say, hey, these people really just want to go backwards and nothing will change. We'll just go back. And the new age will just be the same as the old age. We'll have to wait, 2,160 years again before the next one. You know what I'm saying? Is that kind of, what you feel?
So interesting, Robert, because I literally see this. I see a splitting of humanity, but it's like the way they showed it to me, it was magical. Yeah. It was like it would make sense in the real 3rd dimensional how we see world. So what I saw literally one world start developing into 2. So the earth is literally like energetically splitting into 2 earths. And right now we're in what's called the Vesica Pisces, which is the measuring part. And it's the 0 point part. So it's like, okay, what is your vibration? What is your consciousness up to this point in creation? Because they showed me also that when we got into these positions, it would be like the earth would be shot out into 12 new different directions. So I see timelines, literally new realities are being created right now. And when this great division happens, eventually you're going to be pulled into one of those locks. And it's going to be based upon what you feel, think, in your consciousness. So literally right now, I think we're in this Vesica Pisces area, which is where we're all still together, kind of on the same timeline until we get through this major weighing and this division of energies. And the ones that can activate the higher energies, they're going to start entering into the 5th dimensional reality and timeline. and the other ones are going to stay in a more third dimensional timeline. But but they showed me you wouldn't know that it was happening, because when they split apart, they're going to be identical. So you wouldn't know which one you were actually even on, which was really interesting to me. I was like, wow, so you wouldn't even know when everything split? He said, no, because they're going to absolutely be replicas. And when they actually split apart, they'll still be identically the same. But one will go down the timeline of a third dimensional, more reality timeline, and the other timelines will be expressing a more positive, higher, expansive timeline. And both timelines are part of the process. So neither one is right, wrong, bad, or good, or indifferent. It's just, where does your soul need to go for its highest and best evolution? This is about your soul contract as well as what you're creating consciously. So this is not only what you're doing now. I think a lot of us agreed before we came to experience these different timelines that we're manifesting right now.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just so odd that wasn't Jupiter called Kronos too?
Yes.
Yes. Actually, Jupiter
Or
is
was it
Zeus.
Saturn?
Saturn is Kronos and Jupiter
Saturn?
is Zeus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Kronos
Zeus
means
and
time, right?
Yes, Kronos is Saturn, Father Time.
And here's
Correct.
what the Mithric god Aeon is about in Carl Jung's but here's the Mithric god Aeon right here. But
Yeah.
this image
lion
right here,
face god.
I tied it to that conjunction for some reason, but it's a snake-headed Aeon, a lion-headed, snake-encircled Mithric god image of time, also called Kronos or Deus Leontocephalus, who for Jung represented death, rebirth, and the psychological union of opposites like light and darkness, male and female, creation and destruction. So it fits right in. It's just
That's so
amazing.
funny too. That matches the Nag Hammadi too, with the description of Yaldabaoth, the lion faced flying feathered serpent. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the light itself. Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just crazy how all of it just fits together, and it's just like how the pyramids show the measurements of from the Earth's circumference to the distance of the sun and moon and all of that. You know, it's amazing.
Mhm.
Sorry, I
Well,
grabbed the screen like that.
No, you go
That's
right
okay.
ahead. That's why I gave you the thing so you could do that.
So crazy, because we're definitely into a creation window right now. That much I know. My soul is just screaming. It's like, manifest your vision now. Keep focusing on victory, victory, victory. What would it feel like to see the things that you want happen? Literally feel what it would feel like to feel the things that you would like to see happen. They keep telling me they're like, this won't divide people. It won't. There's no connotations with it. It's like, dream your best dream and just dream it until you feel it. And everybody can probably work with that and really help to manifest that.
Mhm.
Yep. The age of
Yeah.
knowing is upon us, people. That's just plain and simple. And whether or not you want to know or not, I think that's what all of the chaos in our world is doing, is forcing us to look.
Yeah. Yeah. People are waking up left and right, regardless. I mean, there's people I know that I've been trying to tell stuff to, and one way or another, and all of a sudden it's like they're starting to tell me, and they're like, oh, did you see this? You know what's going on? I'm like, I told you that
Right.
months ago.
Right.
Like, now you're telling me, and you're sending me some video about what's going on in the world, and I'm like, didn't you watch the video that I sent you, or didn't you read
That
the
is
article?
so funny. I love it.
That's a
You know?
process.
Hey,
for
they're
every one
waking
of us.
up, Robert. At least they're waking up. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I guess that it takes a little
Awesome.
time to sink in, but
Absolutely.
you
It
just
took me
take that
4 years
deep
to stop
breath.
trying to get people to look.
Yeah. After.
Nobody will see until they're ready to see.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Yeah. And as like I said, as that veil gets thinner and thinner and thinner, people are starting to see through it. And they're like, hey, if their eyes are getting open, they're like, wait until the day they say, oh, aliens are real.
The veil is theirs, so you don't question reality until it's
I
time for you to
wonder,
question reality.
this is like the birth of Christ. That's like the whole
Yeah.
So, when we think about where we're at as a human species, if there was a massive shift in consciousness that helped people think about things in a completely different way, think about the what would be the actual disclosure of aliens, or if this conjunction is what actually makes the veil so thin that they can't hide anymore.
Yeah.
That would be a massive shift on this planet, and I really see that might have a potential for this.
Oddly enough, I'm interviewing a guy on the 23rd about that precise subject, what you're talking about. He's a medium from London, Philip Kinsella. He's
Really?
yeah, he's had experiences with grays, and he's done actual public lectures about it over in Glastonbury and stuff like that. But yeah,
Oh, wow.
on the
Nice.
23rd, I'm interviewing him, and yeah, I'm honored to have him. But it's going to be fun, or it's
That'll be
going to
awesome,
be a
Steve.
show.
Nice. Be watching that one.
Nice.
That's right.
Love it.
That's all right. Well, our hour is come and gone, and so fast I can't even. I barely got time to. I didn't even get to drink all my tea. Son of a gun.
Right on.
I had a big cup though. Here's and as Wayne always says, grab your cup of your favorite beverage, and I did.
Favorite libation.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So anyway, speaking the 23rd, 24th, Christmas is coming up. And I know everybody's got stuff that they want to do on Christmas. Now, I don't know if you all celebrate Christmas. You don't celebrate Christmas. I really don't care if you do or you don't. Everybody has their own little traditions of what they like and what they don't. Like me, I like to send out Christmas cards to people. And I don't really put up a tree, and I don't have anybody to hang out with. So that's my thing. I just put up some Christmas cards. And when I get them, I put them on my fridge. It makes me happy. So anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So this next week is going to be Christmas. I think it's on, what day is Christmas? Friday. I think it's Friday.
Friday is Christmas Day.
Yeah. So we'll still have a show on Saturday, unless something comes up. But on Thursday night, which is Christmas Eve, I want to do a show Christmas Eve, since I'm going nowhere and I got nobody to spend it with. So this is like my biggest for this. Since I got no
with you.
I'll spend Christmas Eve with you.
So that's exactly what I wanted to say. So what I want to do is I'm going to have a show, and since I don't have to work, I'm going to have a show, and I want everybody that wants to. That means you people in the chat room, send me an email if you want, if not, or whatever. Let me know some way or another, and I'll send you a link, and everybody just come in and pop in, and we're going to just have our own little celebration. And I want you to come on, or if you don't want to come on, maybe you could call in. Or if you don't want to call in, why don't you just write me a little letter about what's your favorite memories of Christmas time? Now, and I'll tell you mine, and you tell me yours. It'll be a truth or dare, or something like that. Exchange of stories. Since we can't exchange presents, let's just exchange stories. That'll be the thing. And I want to hear from everybody. What do you like? Earlier we got people talking about cookies. I mean, heck, email me, tell me what your favorite cookie is. Crystal MacArthur, she's going to want to bake a bunch of cookies. And she says she bakes the best cookies. Well, I'm not going to argue with her, but I'd have a bake-off with you because I'm a pretty good cook too, or baker anyway. And yeah, you guys are all welcome to join me. Pop in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want. Say hi. I don't care. But I'll stay on an hour, 2 hours, whatever it takes. And we'll try to get everybody and anybody on. And that's what I'm going to do for my Christmas. What do you, I hope you all can join me.
Absolutely.
Keep me company. How's that? Keep me company.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will try. If I'm home, I'm definitely going to be logging on.
Yeah. 5 minutes. That's all I ask.
It's so funny. Steve was talking about the temple and the union of the male, masculine, feminine. I wrote this on 12:3. Divine marriage within your temple. Your mind is where you become the new creature and the new creation, because you're walking as an activation of the Christ and the heart. It opens the gate. You merge the duality into a unified mind or a unifying state. Balanced logic and reason now shine. The moon and the sun, the left and the right. The red and the blue make violet, you see. You're changing, transmuting all new energy. Instead of the lock of the mind, you now wear the crown of the divine. Remain strong and stand upright. Use your spine and activate your light. This is how we win this night. Stay calm and trust. We came to do this and do it right this time.
That was awesome. Sounded like me. It said
Goodness,
Dr.
guys.
Seussish, but it was great.
But we're going to do this. I literally got a message when I wrote that. I woke up
It was
with
awesome.
this message of we win. We won. You guys did it. You guys did it. And the upper realms were so happy. And they were like, just feel the victory. Because if you could feel what we're feeling right now, they're like, you wouldn't look back. This is amazing. You guys have already done it. So we've already done this. But we need to now anchor this into this world. And we do that by seeing our victory.
Time is on us.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
That's right. We're going to celebrate the good times.
Yeah.
Good
I did it all
times.
for the cookie.
Yeah, with the cookies.
People are talking
Everybody's talking about white chocolate. Skyheart says white
Yeah,
chocolate.
they're doing
and
that, Robert, because we're
macadamia.
trying not to
Oh,
eat, man.
Oh man, yeah, I
Right.
know it. I know it. But you know,
Oh, that's not nice when they're fasting, guys. I didn't think about that.
I have
That's why
really
they're doing
good.
it.
I have really good self-control. That's what I've learned with this fasting thing. And I realize it's all in my mind.
Well, that's the point, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It really is. If I can, because I'll get there and I'll be doing stuff, and I'm like, it's time to go grab the food, and then I'm like, I'm not really hungry. Am I hungry? No. Steve, all you have to do is just, go like this, and you go, I'm full, Benny.
Well, that's what Santa Claus says, ho, 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 and laughs because it jiggles, and he reminds himself he doesn't need another cookie.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh shit. Yeah, you guys are the perfect example of what's probably getting ready to manifest. A lot of us are going to learn we're going to have to control our desires, needs, and wants, because with serious changes, sometimes there's serious changes.
Mhm.
It's you guys are like on a higher level, understanding that this is part of your training. It's profound. When I saw that you guys were both doing this at the same time, didn't even know. It's like, that's profound.
Mhm.
We're all starting to think the same and starting to hear the different pieces that are going to make a big difference. And you guys both heard to fast. I just think that's a powerful message. I really do.
Crystal's oops.
And it's so funny. It's like not all of us are going to need to fast, but some people are being called to that. It's powerful. Like I said, listen to
It's
what
the
you're
ritual
being
part
told.
of our past or whatever, because I think what it does is it teaches some of us how to use our willpower in the right way.
Yes. Oh man, I tell you.
Yes.
After that first one I did, I actually was able to quit smoking. Well, not completely.
Right on, Steve.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
And I
for
smoked
you.
for 30 years. So
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all willpower. It's being able to tell yourself that you're in control of the body, not the body in control of you.
right, and having an allergy-induced asthma attack will make you not want to smoke a cigarette too.
Yeah.
Point that out.
There you
Yes,
go.
Cass, send me a link. Oh, yes, send me a link.
Yeah. Karaoke night. Yeah, guys, the Cav says karaoke night. Yes, come on. We're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna have a little fun, some way or another. But we're gonna have some fun that night.
I love to sharing some of the best Christmas memories. I think that's cool because, there's a lot of people that listen, They don't even really know what United States Christmas looks like.
Yeah.
So that might be a really cool thing. And to actually hear other people around the world, if they do a Christmas or what is Christmas to them, or what
Mhm.
kind of holidays do they, I mean, because we're all from all over.
Absolutely. I
It's
know
wonderful.
I took a trip to England and I spent it with some friends that I met here that were on like working. They came over here to work and then I went over there to visit and I went over at right at Christmas time and it was the most unique and crazy best Christmas I swear I ever had. It
Right.
was totally different than the United States Christmas.
Yes.
And
In
I'm thinking,
Italy too, it's a very different Christmas than the
oh
one
yeah.
we have.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
neat though. It's neat to see how everybody celebrate these different celebrations of life and tradition and their
Mhm.
it's neat. I love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And as we ourselves go through life, our Christmases change because when I was a kid, I had a totally different Christmas than I have now. I mean, now, I'm kind of all by myself all the time,
Right.
and I haven't spent the Christmas with
That's it. I'm
anybody
hopping in the car to drive out there, man.
in a
No,
long
you
time.
guys aren't that far from each other.
No, really. One of these days when I go back
9 hours or so.
to my other place in Wisconsin to visit, I'm gonna swing by. I know what
Right
town you
on.
live in.
More than welcome, brother. Anytime.
Yeah,
I'll,
brothers unite.
I'll be honking the horn, man.
Yeah,
Well, you sent
Pulling-
me a Christmas card, so you're more than welcome now. Yeah, I gotta let you.
right on. Yeah,
All
I
right.
got one too, Steve. Yay.
Yeah. See,
Robert, that was
that's
awesome, by the way.
well, that's
Yes,
good. Thank
thank
you.
you, Robert.
Like I said, I when I get one, I put it on my fridge, and it's kind of how I decorate my fridges with them.
Absolutely, I do too.
That's my little tradition. Instead of having a
I
Christmas
do
tree, I have a
too.
card.
I have either a wall or I do the fridge. Sometimes I do a wall because I like to do a wall too.
I want to do Crystal a favor and plug her goods that she's trying to make a business out of
Oh
her
yeah.
soaps and her hats and her products. And I don't have her link, but maybe she can
I will put it in the
Right
description
on.
after we get all done.
right,
But
because I
yeah,
want to say thanks, Crystal, for you sending me the hat through Robert. I love it. Thank you, and I love you.
nice hat too. They're
Oh,
really
yeah,
nice.
pretty good.
And then you got the Smurf, and it doubles.
Yeah, I like the Smarf.
Yeah, and it's nice and thick. Look how thick that is. It's real
Yeah,
thick,
I like
and then
that.
it opens up, and you can put it on your head. See, I'm doing the demonstration here. I gotta take these off.
What is that? What does she
Okay.
call that thing?
And I could be
Right
a
on. A
model,
Smarf.
and it does. It keeps me
Snarf?
really warm too.
Smarf. Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
What does she
Crystal's
call
pro-
that though? She's got
if
a name
she's
for it.
watching, she is
Smarf.
laughing.
Snarf?
Yeah,
Yep,
this is
Smart.
smart.
Yep.
Smarf.
So there you
S
go.
M
Guys,
A R F.
Soul Tribe, thank you guys for being here. I just got to tell you, you guys are one of the best parts of my reality and my Christmas holidays. Just spending time with you guys, and you guys are just an amazing part of my reality. So thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, however you celebrate it. I hope it's fun, and I hope you have a wonderful solstice, and bring in the future that we want to see. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my world. And that's for you,
Thank
Robert and Steve,
you.
too.
Thank you too.
Thank you. And with that, I think we should all. Oh, my scarf fell off. But anyway, with all that, we should let everybody go because it's getting late. And
You're looking pretty purpley.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's a
That's
good
my favorite
color
color,
on
by the
you.
way.
I got my 7 P's shirt on.
Yeah.
Purple's the best color out there.
Yeah.
It is. And we're going into the purple light, guys.
Am I
Purple
purpley
light.
enough for your purple club?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Go in, love out, and nothing can phase us, folks.
All right. Well, with that, okay, we are going to say goodbye. And with that, we say, be the frequency you want to receive and love you all.
Love you all.
Take it easy.